Hello. How you doing? Feeling busy? Getting shit done? Is there a difference for you between busy and done? We're going to talk about it today. How are you doing? What is it, December 10th, 2020? I like to take a temperature, right? Given the time of year, given the season, given the time of day or the time of month sometimes. I don't mean that just for the ladies. You know, sometimes the beginning of the month feels different than the end of the month or the middle of the month or the middle of the week, right? We've got hump day, right? We have these phrases because different times of the year, different times of the week and the day, they feel different. And 2020 has been a very interesting year to continue to check in with ourselves and take that temperature. Like, all right, how am I doing? So December 10th, 2020. How are you doing? Are you busy? Are you getting things done? How are you feeling in general even? Post in the comments. Let me know, like, busy, done, busy and done. Neither, whatever it is. Comment in the comment below. The past couple of days I have not been busy, but I have been getting things done. Someone just asked me because I posted earlier just a question to get a temperature from everybody out in Facebook land. Are you busy or getting things done? And someone just posted, is this a trick question? And I said, I get why you would ask that. Not a trick question. I'm just curious to see what your take is on busy and done, because sometimes we leave these we have a meaning that we've been taught or that we generally ascribe to words like busy, and we don't stop to question it. And we just live our whole lives from this one definition of a word without ever thinking about what are the nuances here. So this is a time to reflect because these are the building blocks of our life, right? This is the foundation. Hey, Karen. So what do I want to say? I actually have a couple of notes. Oh, I look great. Thank you, Karen. That's always nice to hear. So taking your own temperature always, whenever I talk, I want you to always take your own temperature with whatever the topic is, right? So busy, what do you feel like it means to you? How does it feel inside of you when you are busy? Versus getting things done. Is there a difference there? Is there some kind of a distinction? So I believe that we are taught from infancy to be busy. And I always think of my high school experience. I did not then, and I do not now, like busy work, busy work, right? So I never did my homework. I'm not even exaggerating. I felt like it was bullshit. It was a waste of time. What do you want me to learn from this? I didn't want to sit still for it. It just seemed boring and unproductive. And there was this one day in 11th grade where my participation in government teacher, and those of you who are local to me, you know who I'm talking about, Mr. Garrett be in the house, right? You'll remember, Pig, not him, the participation in government class. And he had given us this assignment with like 20 questions, and then in each history section, he gave a page number to our book. And I was like, can it be this easy? So I have pretty neat printing when I print my handwriting. And I just went. I was like, all right, first question, blah, blah, blah. Oh, page 27. All right, let me go. I opened at page 27 and there's the topic in bold, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, So I plagiarized. I directly copied word for word from the book. In 1969, the federal government decided to, like that, in very neat, nice handwriting in my notebook. And there I was in class the next day. And he went around the classroom with his, what do they call it? What teachers have where they check off like who's present and who did their homework, right? Their scoring book. I don't know what it's called, right? He came around and he came to me and he said, he picked up my notebook and he showed it to the class and he said, class, first time this ever happened to me, class, this is exactly what a homework assignment should be. This is what I'm talking about when you do your homework. This is what it needs to look like. And then he looked at me and he said, well done. And I never did my homework again because I was like, all right, you just proved my point that I just need to plagiarize, copy out of a book into a notebook for what, 45 minutes at home at night, and my homework is done? I didn't learn anything. I'd rather just go daydream in a tree. Like, that was me. Or go to modern dance class or cook something. Just watch a movie. I felt like there was so much more productive that I could be doing with my time. And so now when I teach workshops and I have courses that my clients work their way through, I always say this: if an assignment is calling your name, it's alluring to you, that means there's something in it for you. If you're getting all of this resistance like, fuck you, Maya, you can't make me do this, I hate you for even suggesting it, this looks like a dumb waste of time assignment, and you're getting all riled up, also something for you to do and to pay attention to. If you're kind of neutral, like, if I have to write out this thing that Maya wants me to think about, okay, and you go wrote, to write out the assignment, it's a waste of your time and your energy, because there's no part of your soul and your inner knowing that's going, hot button topic, this is important for you. And so I always tell that story to my clients, and I always say, I am not about busy work and just completing your homework to get a nice little check mark in the teacher's guiding or grading book. That is not what we're for. You're here for bigger things, and you have limited amounts of time and energy. Whether or not you want to believe that, it's true. This life is finite, and your energy is not limitless. So what do you want to be focusing on? What do you want to be getting done? So we have to work against a whole hell of a lot of training from the time we were born, all through our schooling, to look busy, to be busy. I actually have a client who, she's been struggling right now with over busyness, but not getting things done that she wants to get done. She's like, I don't even know what I want to get done. I don't even know myself. Like, I've been so busy my whole life, and I don't know, and I'm 55 years old now, and I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. Like, this feeling inside of me is not one of fulfillment. What am I missing? And we discovered in a session that when she was a young teenager watching TV on a Saturday, her mother came into the room and said, what are you doing? You're watching TV? And she said, yeah, I have some free time. I'm watching TV. And her mother said, if you have time to watch TV, you have time to get a second job. And from that moment forward, she was busy. And now she's in her 50s going, I don't know if I'm living the right life. I feel like I'm meant for something more. I don't know what it is, and I don't even know how to hear myself on the inside. That's a problem. That's a problem that a lot of people face because we've been taught how to just fill time, be busy, and be good little boys and girls. That is dangerous if you are a person who's committed to living bigger. You want to get to the end of your life feeling satisfied and like you did your life. And I emphasize that you did your life, not somebody else's life. You did your life. I'm not 55, Karen. That's a client of mine. Hey, Jeff. Karen, I went to DA in Delhi. Yeah, I'm not 55. I'm 48. Full disclosure, total transparency. And Karen, I saw that you commented on what busyness means to you, and I missed it. Things are going fast here. I'll look when this is over. Hi, Judy. Oh, I thought not, Karen says. I love that. Okay. I got some things I want to say. Let me not lose my train of thought, which I sometimes do. You're wanting to live a big life. You want to live your life. You don't want to live somebody else's life, live a life that's just up to other people's expectations, that just is rote and formulaic. And then you get to the end and you go, oh no, what have I done? I didn't do it. I was busy, but I didn't get it done. So that's the bigger issue at hand here, all right? Nothing to apologize for, Karen. I always love hearing from you. I have a note here because I know that I do. I meander. So this is a radical shift in our thinking, actually, to go from just filling time and being busy to being fulfilled. And there are a few things that you need to do here. Well, first of all, I want to say this. Sometimes it's fun to be busy. You got a lot going on. You're running around. You feel like, woo, I'm dancing with life. Things are going on. It's happening. That's a great feeling. That's a great feeling. But the distinction there is between that feeling of like, woo, I got stuff going on. I'm busy. I'm engaged with life and my family and projects and work and great. Versus just mindlessly filling up your life with busy work because you're here to get stuff done. So what do you need to do to come to the end of your life? And I know that can sound morbid, but I find it actually exciting that now I can go, okay, when I come to the end, what will I need to have done now? Like I can project myself forward. If I'm at the end, what will I wish that I had done today? Busy work or getting things done so that I know when I come to the end that I have lived my life, right? So here are the 3 things that you need to do to make that happen for you. To get out of just busyness and into getting things done that are right for you. And, out of this busy for the sake of busy to actual, like filling time busy to fulfillment, okay? That's what we're looking at here. That's what we're comparing and that's what we're looking at. So the first thing you have to do is you have to get in touch with your true desires, like your true self. Like, who am I really? What do I really like? What am I here for? What am I meant to be doing? Who am I? What is this all about, right? You need to get in touch with your true self and your true desires so that when you take action, you're taking action on the right things, right? Make sense? Feel free to click in the bottom in the comments like, that does not make sense or makes sense. So you need to get in touch with your true desires. And that includes healing all the old stuff that happened to you so you can get back to who you really are without all of this conditioning and trauma and all of this stuff that happens to us. You want to get back to who you were before the world messed with your head, right? And created some emotional entanglements. Who are you separate from your family? Who are you separate from the religion you were raised in? Who are you separate from the area where you come from? Because we get so attached our identity to all of this that we can't hear the voice of our soul, the voices of our true self, our inner knowing. So we need to get rid of that debris, clear away what's not you, so that there you are in all of your glory. Your true self. Your true desires can now present themselves. That's the first thing. The second thing is you absolutely must be able to connect to your intuition, trust it, and follow it. You have to. You have to know, not from your head, not from what other people are telling you. You have to know what your next move needs to be. Because I have a friend right now, she's going through a messy divorce, and she's been gathering information like from all these people, like, what is the best move here? How do you see this? From therapists, from friends, right? And that's in fact, that's another topic for another live. That's a great way to do your due diligence. But then she's like, I'm all in my head. I'm so confused depending on who I'm talking to. I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's the way to go. Or no, oh, this is the way to go. And she said, I need to hear what my body has to say. That's the realization she came to. Like, I need to hear, is my body saying, yes, go with this? Like, yes, stay married to this man? No, don't stay married to this man. Yet, and through her body, that's how she's listening to the voice of her intuition, because your body is talking to you. You might get images. However, I don't know how you're guided. And that's a whole other conversation there. That's a very exciting conversation to have about intuition. Do you really have it? Where is it? How does it speak to you? Can you trust it? That can be a scary, unnerving, yet exciting process. But until you can hear the voice of your intuition and trust yourself, you'll just be busy and not getting things done. Because you're not going to know, is this the thing? Because you can also get a lot of stuff done. You can build a family, you can build a career, you can build a marriage, you can build a house, right? You can build a million things. And if they're not right for you, you're going to come to the end of the line and go, oh my God, I did not live my life. Okay? And then the third thing is risk. You have to be willing to take a risk. Now, this gets a lot less scary after you've done the first two, right? You get in touch with who you really are and what your true desires are. You get rid of all that's not you. And then there you are, like the real you stands up and goes, I'm here and this is what I desire. So much clarity happens then. It's an incredibly empowering moment. Then you're like, okay, is my intuition telling me to sit on this? Is my intuition telling me to heal a little more? Is my intuition telling me to act? Even though I'm scared, Another great topic, intuition versus fear versus an intuitive no. That's another topic that I really love to teach on. And Judy, I'm seeing your comment, and I can't wait to read it. I'm on my phone, so I can't see the whole thing. I'm gonna check in with what you said when we're done. Hey, Janet, and I'll respond to you then, Judy. Okay. So break free from all that is not you. That's just your old programming and conditioning and what your family story is and all the bad things that happened to you, right? Or even the good things that happened to you. I almost went to school to become an elementary school teacher because I took a class on young adult literature in college, which I love young adult literature, and wound up writing reviews and getting very involved in the education department just in that one little slice of young adult literature. And the head of the department was like, I'd like to invite you personally to join the education department and get your teaching certification. And for like 24 hours, I was like, it feels so good to be wanted. And I was like, no, it's not for me. And I wanted to move to the city. I wanted to pursue being an actress. I did that. And interestingly, I never thought of this before. I taught first grade one year at a private school where you didn't need a certification in the city. It was a French English school. It was a phenomenal experience. And it was not for me. Miraculously, those children learned how to read and write in English, and I loved them like you would not believe. I can still see them. They'd be like 25 now. Love those kids. But like, I was showing up in the mornings and they'd say, "Hi, Miss M, are you going to yell at us today?" You know what I mean? It was not for me. So my intuition, I needed to know my true self because I was being seduced, like, ooh, because your ego is going to be like, they want me. Like, oh, this man or this woman, they want me. You wind up marrying the wrong person because you didn't know who you really were and you didn't listen to or trust your intuition. So I sat with that. I remember still. Went out to the Autumn Cafe for those of you who are local, and I sat there with a couple of, I was running a youth group at the time, and they were becoming my friends, and we all got together, and I was like, guys, I was presented with this opportunity, and we just kind of like sat with the possibility, and I'm like, no, right? Because I had to listen to my intuition, and my gut was calling me to New York City to explore this other thing. And you have to know what the right risks are to take. You have to take risks. That's the third thing. But when you know your desires, and you've healed the old traumas around being scared to step out and do your own thing, or scared of what people are going to think of you, or at least you have some ways to manage that fear, like support, being around people who will support you, or you have the right guides and mentors is hugely important on this path. I cannot emphasize that enough. And then you can take the right risks. And you might be scared. You'll probably be scared. I'm not going to lie. But you're also going to have this inner knowing and this sense of rightness because you know what your true self desires. You're connected to your intuition. You know when to move and what to move on. And so taking the risk can actually become an exciting experience where you feel alive and you feel like you're meeting life head on and you're living your right life. So if you're feeling busy running around and it's a satisfying, fulfilling experience, great. But if you're just filling time and not fulfilling on your life's mission, then you have a problem. Then you need to get in touch with your true self, hear the voice of your intuition, and get ready to take some really right risks, okay? So that you get your life done. You do your life, right? Not somebody else's life, not some formulaic life. All right, guys, it's been awesome talking to you. I look forward to reading the comments that I missed. And yeah, if you have any questions about this and you want to explore it further, please feel free to reach out and send me a message. Let's open a conversation about you. This is your, what does Mary Oliver say? I love it. This is your one wild and precious life. Like, what are you going to do with your one wild and precious life? That's so exciting, isn't it? All right, until next time, guys.